So to start, I said thank you to you all who donated to when I made that video about helping one of my subs out, and I appreciate everybody who donated. I do, and I want to say thank you, like from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. You know, it really made me think. Oh, sorry, y'all can't. It made me think about just people in general and how people are. The two people. If before I made that video, if you would have said, "Hey, who won't donate?" The two people I would have bet wouldn't have donated. They took their labor, which is currency. It's what the currency represents. Well, currency represents money, and then money is your labor. But we don't have money anymore. They just skip that out of the equation. But anyway, the two people that I would have bet that wouldn't have donate. They took their money and they gave it to somebody that they don't know. Number one, me. And then I gave it to somebody that I don't know. So they give it to a third party that they may never meet. They may never know who it was. If they want to know who it was, I mean, I would ask the guy. I'm sure he wouldn't care if I told him. Um, but it made me think about the people who could donate but didn't. Because when I made that video, I didn't have the ability to give anything, but I did because I was going to ask somebody else to donate and then not do it myself. So I did. I threw in on it too. I had somebody donate way more than I would ever ask anybody to donate. And it really, it helped the guy out. It did. It got him out of a bind. Like, he sent me, I didn't ask for proof. He sent me proof, like how much of a bind he was in, and he was. He was having problems. So we helped him. But my point is if you could have helped, thank you to everybody that donated. Like from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I can't say enough. There's nothing I could say that could express how thankful I am. But for the people that wanted to donate and couldn't, thank you too. Like I get it. I know. Like there's like people are having rough times right now, and I understand wanting to be able to help somebody and you can't. Thank you. For the people that could have donated and didn't, how are you ever going to stand beside me and fight for my life or the rights of somebody else you don't know? Because their rights are your rights, but you're not going to die for that person. You're not going to raise your hand to take a bullet for somebody you don't know, or raise your hand to sacrifice for somebody you don't know if you can't give $5 or $10 or whatever. That's just something. I'm just trying to make you think. I ain't down to you. I'm just trying to make you think. Like I woke up one day in 2016 and my life totally changed. Totally changed. I went from being somebody that was from being a man to being nothing overnight, where I had to have my wife shower me. Like that's a rough deal, and it changed my whole thought process about life. And I started helping people, not because of what they did, whether I couldn't tell you how many times I've given somebody money knowing that they were going to go do some stupid shit with it. When they're sitting there, I know they're lying to me, but that's not all me. That's bad. That's their bad energy. I help everybody I see that needs help. Everybody. There's not a person I will pass up, and it gets hard sometimes. I put myself in bad situations sometimes. The other night, I was at CVS paying a prescription, and I seen in the Wendy's next door, a guy had his hood up. It was pouring down rain out. So I go over there, come to find out the guy worked at Wendy's, but their car was broke down there. And him and his wife were homeless, living in the car behind Wendy's. And the car had been there, he said, for I think he said like a week. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. They called all these places and nobody can really tell them. So I sat there for about an hour messing with it, and I should have looked at everything myself, but I took his word for it, or I'd have been there a whole 5 minutes. But I figured out what was wrong with it. I didn't have the equipment to reset it. The security system had locked on it. Don't know how it reset. I guess the battery had died at some point, and on Honda VTEX that'll cause the security system to lock out where you can't do nothing. You can't start the car. So now not only are they homeless, they're stuck. They're stuck at Wendy's, can't go get a shower or anything. But I did what I could for the dude. Like I didn't have it. I didn't have the money to give him. We're trying to help my mom. We're trying to take care of our bills. So I couldn't help him monetarily, and I felt bad. I don't believe they were using like getting high or anything like that. You know, I know the telltale signs of somebody that likes to use illicit drugs. They had his 10-year-old son had died. You know, he was just telling me their story, man. And like, he's just got a story. But he wasn't asking for my help. They don't get no government help. I asked him, "Do you guys get food stamps or anything?" He was like, "No, we don't want that shit." He's trying to make it on his own, living in a car behind fucking Wendy's. When an extension cord ran out, I swear to God, they had an extension cord ran out the back door into their car, so they had a heater at nighttime. It was 34 degrees here last night. They're out up at Wendy's. How many people could help that person that just rolls by every day? They see that car, just drive right by, don't even look. You know, like I tried to help him the best I could, given what phone numbers I knew for who could possibly help him. That was all I could do. I told him what was wrong with his car, and like he was grateful. He's like, hell yeah, at least I know what's wrong with it now. You know, I can focus on whatever I got to do to get it fixed. I was like, well, you know, if you need help, call me. He hasn't called me. I haven't been back by there, so. But a lot of people don't want to ask for help too. So you got to know when you got to figure out, just offer people help. That's what you can do. You know, the person that we donated that money to, he didn't want that money. He tried to convince me to take it. It's like, no, I told you, no, I'm not doing that. I told everybody I would not use $1 for myself and my family. I didn't, not $1. Like I said, I threw in on it, even though that we couldn't really afford to. I figured out a way and I did it. Because I wasn't asking other people to help if I couldn't help myself. So, I helped more than some. I helped less than others. I did what I could. I honestly did what I could. You know, if I died and then I go to heaven and God says, hey, did you help this person as much as you could? I can say yes, and hopefully I'll get in the gates. You know, and I kind of look at it like that. You know, people ask me why I help everybody. Maybe my wife has asked me, like, why do I help everybody? Like, I'm not being funny when I say that. I don't care if it's grandma on 3 foot of snow with a flat tire, if it's the dude with the hood up behind Wendy's, if it's the person standing on the corner flying a sign, and I know that person is going to go, you know, they're probably going to use the money I give them for something that's not good for them. But that's on them, because maybe they'll use it to get something to eat. Maybe they're not lying. I don't know. That's not on me. What's on me is my energy, and that's it. So, again, guys, thanks. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna leave that PayPal and that Cash App will just be open. If any money goes in there, it will just either stay there or I'll put it in a separate account. And then, I mean, who knows, man? Who knows where it could lead? You know, people need help all the time. You know, $20 sometimes to people is a lifesaver. Like, I mean, for real. I have been there. There's not a bad situation that I haven't been in. Probably I haven't been in the middle, dropped in the middle of Ramadi or nothing like that. But as far as it goes here in the States, I've been there. I have been homeless, sleeping in a car with my kids, my kid at the time, with my wife and kid. It was 6-8 inches of snow out. I've done that. Like, we have been homeless. I know what all that, you know. So I've been everywhere from having nothing. In 2017, I had less with a wife and 2 kids than I did as a 15-year-old in high school. And it took help, man. Like, if it wasn't for my family standing behind me, oh my God, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what the hell I would have done. And, you know, that was, a lot of it was my choices. A lot of it was. But there was a point in 2016, like I said, I decided this, I'm done. Like, I woke up one day and I was done with what, you know, just all the bad shit, not bad shit, but just, I was done with not doing the correct shit. And I just decided to change my life. And I kind of looked at it like, you know, I've done all this bad in life. There's nothing I do with nobody. I never did anything like bad. Like, I wasn't into stealing people's shit or hurting people. I just didn't do what was right. I didn't do what I knew I could more than anything. And I decided to do that. So, and life's been good since. It's been hard, but we've progressed. We've went forward ever since then. It's been hard. Like, it has, but like I said, without the support for my family, my parents, especially my parents. There's no way, but you know, there was a point in time when I could have called my mom and asked her for $1. She'd have told me to kick rocks. And like, I'm not being funny about that. I'm not being funny about that at all. And it wasn't that long ago. Shit, 2015? No, wow. About 2014. Because she realized I was coming around in 2015. In 2013, I decided to start changing a part of my life. And that kick in the ass in 2016 is what did it. I did. I can tell you the date. It was March 13th, 2012, or 2016. That was the day. That was the day I completely changed my life. I'll never forget. I'll never forget because I about died the day before in a car wreck. But I remember waking up after surgery, and I knew if I didn't get out of the hospital, I was going to die. Like, I was so scared I was going to die. Not because of of my injuries, because of like how I felt inside. It was just the weirdest shit. I can't even explain it to you. I just knew I had to get out. So I wake up from surgery. I was in the hospital. I should have probably been in there. You know, when the night I wrecked, when they were talking to me, they're like, "You're probably gonna be here like a month." You know, just like talking to the nurses just from the injuries I had, and you'll have to go to a nursing home. Like, I was fucked up. Like, it was the most horrific car crash I've ever seen anybody come out of alive. I mean, the steering wheel was bent over the hood. Like, I didn't have a seatbelt on. I hit a dead stop 1-ton van loaded down with concrete fucking forms in the back of it, and I was doing 90. It was at a dead stop. I crammed it right in the ass. Wow! No seatbelt, no airbag. Yeah, I got lucky. I got more than lucky. Like, there's an angel in the car with me. There's no doubt in my mind. I don't doubt that for a second. But it changed my life. I help people, and I'm moving forward now. My life is not back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's forward, 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 forward. It might be small steps. It might take a while and shit, but it's because I do good when I can. You know, I don't lie about it. The dude asked me, you know, somebody needs to. I just don't lie about it. Because I know if I can't help you today, while you're on the side of the road and I got a floor jack in the back of my car in a 4-way and I can change it in 2 minutes, or you're gonna sit out there for an hour waiting on AAA, risking getting hit by a semi or some shit. I know that if I can't stop and change that tire, I'm never going to stand beside you and risk anything. I'm never going to sacrifice anything. And that's why I help everybody, because I'll sacrifice everything for anybody.